Since the ascension of King Charles III to the British throne, public sentiment towards the monarch has been fraught with a deep-rooted discontent that shows no sign of dissipating. While the British royal family has long held a revered place in the nation's collective consciousness, King Charles III has managed to elicit a unique sense of aversion among his subjects. Now, let's find out 10 disgusting facts that make British still hate King Charles III until now. 1. He was a weak and useless person. After the demise of his revered mother, Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles has assumed the throne of Great Britain and 14 other kingdoms, marking the end of a prolonged wait spanning more than 70 years, a record-breaking period for a British heir. However, the transition to his newfound role is bound to be arduous. The late Queen left behind a royal family with a tarnished reputation and strained relationships, including persistent allegations of racism directed at Buckingham Palace officials. Charles assumes the role of king at the age of 73, making him the oldest monarch in the lineage that stretches back a millennium. His second wife, Camilla, continues to generate conflicting opinions among the public. Detractors view the new king as weak, self-absorbed, interfering, and ill-prepared for a position of dominance. He has faced ridicule for his affinity for talking to plants, his preoccupation with architecture and the environment, and his previous failed marriage to Princess Diana. Advocates argue that these criticisms distort the meaningful work Charles undertakes, and claim he is misunderstood, particularly in areas like climate change. Charles once lamented his predicament, stating in a TV documentary, "The problem is you're in a no-win situation. If you do absolutely nothing, then they'll complain about it. Trying to get stuck, do whatever they can to help, they also complain." Throughout his life, Charles has found himself caught amidst a monarchy undergoing modernization, grappling to define his role within an evolving and more egalitarian society while striving to preserve the traditions that lend this institution its enduring charm. This tension is exemplified by the divergent paths taken by his sons, with William embodying tradition and duty, while Harry pursues a more modern and independent lifestyle. Their once close brotherly bond has suffered as a consequence. 2. He is unpopular compared to the other members. Prince Charles's previous disclosures met with widespread disapproval, despite his attempts to rebuild a positive image among the British public. Regrettably, his efforts were met with little appreciation. In fact, an Ipsos poll conducted in April 2022 revealed that nearly half of the British population believed Charles should yield the throne to his son, Prince William. Additionally, a YouGov poll ranked him as the 7th favorite royal, trailing behind his mother, daughter-in-law Kate, son William, father Prince Philip, sister Princess Anne, and granddaughter Zara Tyndall. Among British millennials, he ranked 12th. Prince William, Duchess Kate, and their 3 children have captured the hearts of the British nation. They are adored and seen as a fairy tale family without scandal, having enjoyed almost a decade of marriage. It comes as no surprise, then, that the majority of the British public, approximately half, desire to see Prince William ascend to the throne. This overwhelming support is evidenced by surveys and media reports, with Prince William and Prince Harry consistently ranking among the most loved members of the royal family. Therefore, it is understandable that people yearn for their most cherished royal to assume the crown. However, it is worth noting that Prince Harry's popularity may have slightly diminished since he and Meghan stepped back from their royal duties. 3. Prince Charles is a snob. Prince Charles is often perceived as lacking the charm and warmth that characterized Princess Diana. His demeanor has been described as aloof, and The New Yorker even labeled him as a snob. While it may be unjust to compare Prince Charles to individuals who were not raised with the same emphasis on proper etiquette and behavior, there are instances where it seems the prince is less inclined to connect with ordinary people as deeply as his mother did. This observation points to a potential disparity in his ability to exhibit genuine compassion, a quality that was prominently associated with Diana. Diana, often referred to as the people's princess, possessed a natural affinity for empathy and compassion. Her ability to relate to and engage with individuals from all walks of life endeared her to the public. In contrast, Prince Charles has faced criticism for appearing less eager to forge meaningful connections with ordinary people. 4. They don't want a petty king. If one delves into the pages of the most popular books detailing the real-life experiences of the royal family, it becomes evident that Prince Charles is not exactly lauded by biographers. Their works, based on historical data and research, shed light on his flaws and shortcomings. Tom Bower, author of Rebel King, for instance, characterizing him as short-tempered and uncaring, highlighting instances when he caused harm. The exposure of Prince Charles's private outbursts and expressions of rage, which have become public knowledge over time, has further contributed to the tarnishing of his reputation. 5. He created a wave of resentment after his love story with the late Princess Diana. Princess Diana once expressed her desire to be the queen of people's hearts, a desire that was undoubtedly fulfilled. The consequences of Prince Charles's treatment of Diana during their tumultuous marriage continue to influence public sentiment, as many have yet to forgive him for the pain she endured. Prince Charles openly confessed to starting an affair with Camilla Parker Bowles in 1986, a time when he was still married to Princess Diana. His treatment of Diana during various instances was also deeply hurtful. Despite this, those who staunchly defend Diana appear unwilling to confront Charles's past transgressions. A recent HBO documentary titled The Princess features archival footage from the couple's tour in Australia, which vividly captures Charles's evident jealousy over Diana's overwhelming popularity. Eventually, their marriage irretrievably broke down, leading to their divorce in 1996. However, the tragic death of Diana in a car crash in Paris in 1997 led to a cynical media frenzy that further tarnished Charles's public image, particularly due to his relationship with Camilla. Although his standing has somewhat improved over the ensuing decades, he still falls short of matching the widespread popularity enjoyed by his mother. 6. They don't want Camilla to be made queen. There has been a significant amount of controversy surrounding Camilla's title as she prepares for her future role. It has been revealed that after her coronation, she will be referred to as queen, which means that the term consort will be omitted from her title. While this may not initially appear to be a major issue, the decision actually holds significant significance and logic. In the traditional English monarchy, the title of queen consort is given to the wife of the reigning king, but it does not hold the same level of authority and power as the king himself. By granting Camilla the title of queen, she and Charles will hold equal status in terms of power and rank. It is undeniably a notable step forward, although it is not without its detractors. A recent poll conducted by the Daily Mail aimed to gauge public opinion on what Camilla should be called after her coronation. The results were surprising, with only 14% of voters selecting the name Queen Camilla, while more than a third, 36%, believed she should retain the title of Queen Consort Camilla. Furthermore, nearly a quarter of respondents, 23%, expressed the opinion that Camilla should not hold any royal title at all. One respondent to the poll succinctly expressed their perspective, stating, "I don't consider Camilla a queen. I consider her the woman who broke Charles and Diana's marriage." This sentiment reflects the lingering resentment and negative public perception surrounding Camilla's involvement in the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. It is evident that Camilla faces a significant public relations challenge as she navigates her new role and seeks to establish a connection with the British public. 7. He won't be a good king. There is a prevailing belief among many Britons that Prince Charles would not be a suitable king. The responsibilities and demands of the reigning monarch are immense, and there is a genuine concern that Prince Charles may not possess the necessary qualities to fulfill this role. Whether it is attributed to his personality traits, abilities, or other factors, the lack of trust in his capability to perform the job effectively creates a significant obstacle for him to gain widespread support. Historically, the British monarchy has relied heavily on public sentiment and support. The success of a king lies not only in their ability to carry out the duties of the role, but also in their ability to connect with the people and instill confidence and admiration. Throughout history, monarchs who have been revered and celebrated by the public have left a lasting legacy, while those who struggled to gain public trust have faced challenges during their reign. In the case of Prince Charles, there are concerns regarding his suitability for the role of king. The British public's perception of his personality traits, his past actions, and his overall capabilities all contribute to the reservations they have about his ability to lead the monarchy effectively. Without the necessary trust and confidence from the people, it becomes difficult for Prince Charles to garner widespread support and establish a positive legacy as king. 8. He often gets into arguments and conflicts. Prince Charles has recently found himself entangled in a controversy surrounding his charitable donations. In July, the Sunday Times of London revealed that the half-brothers of the notorious September 11th terrorist, Osama bin Laden, had contributed a substantial sum of $1.2 million to the Prince of Wales's charitable foundation in July 2013. Clarence House, the official office of Prince Charles, emphasized that the royal family was not actively seeking personal donations. This incident highlights the challenges faced by Prince Charles in managing his charitable endeavors and maintaining transparency. While Prince Charles is recognized for his commitment to environmental conservation and his outspokenness on climate change, scientists have voiced concerns over other issues he has supported. In 2019, for instance, after assuming the role of patron for a homeopathic medicine focus group, the Good Thinking Association, a proponent of evidence-based science, labeled him as unscientific. 9. He influenced the British government. In 2015, a revelation shook the public when it came to light that Prince Charles possessed classified documents exposing the inner workings of the British government. These documents were so confidential that even ministers themselves were not granted access to them. This revelation led a senior member of Parliament to refer to Prince Charles as Britain's most well-informed lobbyist, emphasizing his extensive knowledge and influence. The Guardian obtained 27 memos, aptly named the Black Spider Memos, due to Prince Charles's distinctive handwriting, which shed light on the royal family's involvement in individual lobbying efforts. These efforts targeted senior politicians on a range of issues, spanning from military helicopter orders during the Iraq War to concerns regarding the fishing of Patagonian toothfish. This involvement blurs the lines between the role of the monarchy and political influence, raising concerns about the fairness and transparency of the system as a whole. At the time, Clarence House, the official residence of Prince Charles, acknowledged that it was common for heirs to the throne to be informed about political matters. However, they also stated that members of the royal family should refrain from engaging in political activities. This raised questions about the appropriate role of the monarchy in political affairs. 10. He became a bad guy when he was exposed to the media. Amidst relentless scrutiny from tabloids, it comes as no surprise that Prince Charles has often found himself at odds with the media. He makes no effort to conceal his disdain for paparazzi and their intrusive tactics. In 1994, he openly expressed his frustration, stating, "I'm really not good at being a performer monkey. I think I'm a pretty private person. I'm not ready to perform whenever they want." During a ski holiday in 2005, at a photo call, Prince Charles was overheard venting his frustration towards the media, referring to them as bloodsuckers. He particularly singled out the BBC's royal correspondent, saying, "I can't stand that man. He was horrible." While the media often fixates on his personal life, Prince Charles has a deep desire to address social and spiritual matters. He has never shied away from expressing his heartfelt views on issues close to him, such as the environment. Prince Charles's actions, such as establishing the Duchy Originals brand to promote organic food, and his affinity for conversing with and nurturing plants, have led some media outlets to label him as eccentric, someone who would rather be a farmer than a prince. Additionally, he has been a vocal advocate for architecture, even criticizing a planned modernist extension to London's National Gallery. Moreover, his support for alternative medicines has drawn criticism and accusations of being a quack. Biographer Tom Bower has observed that Prince Charles is dedicated to causes like the environment, but possesses a stubborn nature and struggles with self-criticism. Over the years, the media's focus has shifted towards his son, Prince Harry, thereby alleviating some of the criticism Prince Charles faces. However, it has not completely dissipated. In June, reports emerged of Prince Charles being embroiled in a dispute with the government regarding its policy of sending asylum seekers to Rwanda. The prince publicly denounced the practice as appalling, which drew criticism from both ministers and the press. Some question his provocative political interventions, raising concerns about the continued relevance of Britain's constitutional monarchy. How do you feel? What makes you love or hate this man? Let us know your opinion by comment, like, and subscribe to keep up to date with upcoming interesting videos. Thanks for watching.